So we're wrapping up Black History Month, but that wasn't the joke, but it's leap year, so we get an extra day. Stick it to the racists, right? So it's good. We have an extra day that the Obamas get to stay in the White House. Woo! Yes. We have, the Black Lives Matter movement, an extra day to listen to Beyonce's new song, Formation. Yeah. Celebration of Black culture, especially young girls, young women of color. It's amazing, but it pissed a lot of people off. I'm sure you heard about the Super Bowl when she performed Formation. Yeah, people were saying she was unapologetically Black, as if that was a bad thing. For that, I am apologetically white. Just doing my part. But people were mad because there were references to the Black Panthers. But if people did research, they would find that it kind of makes sense because this year was the 50th anniversary of the Black Panther Party, and it was also Super Bowl 50. Okay. Cam Newton is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers who played in the Super Bowl, and Huey Newton was the founder of the Black Panther Party. So, if there weren't berets sitting on top of afros on that field, that just would have been a plot hole. I would have been pissed. So, but let's be honest, we've always needed Beyonce. We've always needed Beyonce to tell us. Yes, Beyonce. We've always needed her to tell us what is cool, so we could promptly make it uncool in 3 weeks. Her songs, especially Formation, she talks about fashion, slang, and also cuisine, the flavor of her culture. White people, left to our own devices, what do we have? Okay, our fashion, ugly sweater parties. All us, that was our idea. Our slang, amazeballs. I think that's like white people's 2 favorite things, mothballs and Amazon. And then finally for our flavor, our cuisine, artisanal ice cubes. I read an article in the Red Eye about artisanal ice cubes, and I immediately wanted to join the Black Panthers. At least they serve breakfast, right? But it's important that Beyonce did this at a major platform. The mainstream media saw her message, and it's important. Body representation. We need to see more diverse bodies in the media, and that leads me to Ashley Graham. Has anyone heard that name? Yeah. To be on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. And last year, she was actually in a full-page ad in swimsuit edition. And when I first wrote this joke, and I was excited that she was in an ad. I went and bought a bikini. I was rocking around in crop tops all summer. It was girth gone wild. And so now she's on the cover, and Cheryl Teagues, people are like, she's promoting obesity, blah, blah, blah. But, let's not get carried away. She's a size 14. She's the average size woman in America. She is proportional. She's very symmetrical. She makes us all look like trash cans. If she had a body like Danny DeVito and pool floaties on the cover, then change is coming. But I take it seriously because I'm a plus size woman. I've always been plus size. I was never a missus. Was never petite. Junior. No, always plus size. I never had a my size Barbie because that bitch just wasn't. It's hard. It's hard to go shopping, trying to find clothes to fit you. So online, Target, this is an example of what plus size women go through. There was a dress, a dark gray dress, and in regular sizes, it was listed as heather gray. Okay, as soon as you go above a size 14, the color switched over to manatee gray. That's a sea cow, everybody. Yeah. What kind of 50 shades of passive aggressive bullshit? But the joke's on them because in many cultures throughout history, Manatees have been mistaken for mermaids, so thank you. Jokes on them. So in less than a week, I turned 30, guys. But it's interesting, you know. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how I can better myself, better my life. It'll also mark 17 months since I last had a drink of alcohol. Thank you. So it's interesting when I meet new people and tell them I'm in recovery. They kind of assume that I don't like alcohol. I have to convince them that I like it way more than they ever could. Like me and alcohol are like frenemies, right? We're the kids in class that the teacher had to separate because they're just in the back, causing trouble, rabble-rousing, puking and peeing and having sex everywhere. You know that. That old situation. Yeah. But you know, so I've gone to a few AA meetings, and you know, it's okay, it's interesting, but I prefer comedy open mics. For those of you who don't know what comedy open mics are, it's usually around bars in the city. People come, they talk about their issues, whatever they want to talk about, work out some jokes, and it can be very vulnerable and raw, and it's like group therapy in a bar. What could go wrong? But I think I'll stick with comedy open mics because if I'm going to be in a room full of self-absorbed freaks, I at least want a stage and a microphone. Yeah! All right, thanks for listening, guys.